A new project could help central North Dakota through droughts.
But not everyone is buying what the government is selling. Leading Local tonight, Adrian Oglesby joins us with more on the concerns from those who rent their land.
In continuing coverage, the Red River Water Supply Project is set to take place, and many are not happy. I've been following the story from all sides and have learned more. We took a walk through Sikeston landowner Fred Richter's land. Growing soybeans, corn, and other crops has been his love for many years.
I farmed this since in 1970, so this was my 52nd year of farming it or that, but I didn't buy it till in the early 90s. I've farmed this since 1970 was my first crop here on this. So yeah, it's part of me. Yeah. We've done a lot of cleaning up. There were all kinds of stuff to clean up on this quarter, but it's a high productive quarter of land.
Richter tells us though his land is extremely important to him, it's just as important to others. He says he rents part of his land to someone else.
Actually, this was the first piece of ground I acquired to rent. So this was my big first start. The first thing I have to deal with my renter. Why should he have to put up with this too? I am going to take the lowering of the land or the less rent or something. And I don't expect him to pay for this after they go through. I will take a hit on this, there's no doubt, and it's not going to be what they're offering. This is going to be year after year.
Richter's concerns and other landowners who rent their property is the possible loss of rental income. He says renters should not have to deal with a pipe going through their land, and it should not be their problem as well. He also has some fears. Richter says culverts need to stay open for natural drain. This project could affect this.
Well, I'm afraid what it's going to take to get it back to what this looks like today. It's a 6-foot pipe in the ground, buried 8 feet. If you ever did, anybody in agriculture ever did, they'd call them corn pits. They dig down and see how far the roots go down. It's part of agriculture. And I'm a little afraid that a corn pit across there later isn't going to look so pretty, and I don't think the crop's going to look so pretty. So, but it's all a toss-up. That's what hurts me so much, that knowing that we're locked into this.
If the pipe is laid through Richter's land, the tall, prospering crops you see today will no longer be. And once the land is quote-unquote restored, the ongoing question is, will they ever be the same? Earlier today, Senator John Hoeven came to meet with BOR Commissioner in North Dakota to discuss efforts to advance the Red River Valley water supply intake and other projects to get water to all those in need in North Dakota. We followed the senator as he took a tour of the initial intake and through his other stops. KX News was able to secure an exclusive interview with him, answering many questions from our viewers. Stay tuned tomorrow where we will release that and more. This is a developing story. Reporting for KX News, I'm Adrian Oglesby.
And as we reported earlier this week, KX News reached out to leaders at the state capitol who declined an interview about the water pipeline project.
Adrian Oglesby requested a meeting to discuss some inquiries from our viewers regarding the water crisis plans and how the relationship with Canada and our water comes into play regarding permission access and cross-contamination. We also requested a discussion on the likelihood and history of crisis in our state and other ways to manage large projects based on possibilities. Lastly, we wanted to know if the state capitol has any say in these projects.
After declining the interview, the public information officer from our state water resources, Lee Gruhl, sent a statement saying, quote, since statehood, North Dakota has been a strong supporter of projects that put Missouri River water to beneficial use for its citizens, agricultural producers, and industry. When completed, the Red River Valley Water Supply Project will provide our state with a tremendous opportunity to utilize abundant Missouri River water during times of extreme drought by supplying a supplemental water supply to approximately 50% of North Dakota's population in central and eastern counties. From the project's inception, the State Water Commission and Department of Water Resources have served as a funding partner on the state's behalf on this critical project that will enhance resiliency to future water supply shortages caused by drought, end quote. The statement we received did not answer the questions at hand, leaving more questions than answers. We'll keep you posted on any new developments.